So recently, a combination of events inspired me to make this dish. I went out and had Korean barbecue. That barbecue was so good, and the people I went with, we all had so much food, and we just realized, look, we're not really feeling like going out and getting these K-Dogs anymore, so I'm here making them instead. And I started this off by making a pancake batter. This is all based off of what I think would go into the thing that I think they make. Didn't look up any recipes. I figured this out on my own, and I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. I started off with the pancake batter thinking that it's going to be a bit of a sweeter batter on the outside and something that fries well. Those two things go really well with pancake batter. I think that this answered the question. Next thing was based off of something I had on hand, a smoked sausage link. Also a great option for eating as a hot dog. Not the thing that people assume are hot dogs, but they're sausages, so it works. Next thing was a string cheese. The reason I chose a string cheese was because, most of all, I felt as though it would work well on a stick and it would melt properly. I was wrong about the melting properly because I feel like in the end it did not melt at all. It was warm. Maybe putting it in the microwave afterwards might have done that, but it didn't do that. So the one thing I'd like to point out is that, you gotta choose your ingredients wisely, and in this case, I used what I had on hand: croutons, habanero peppers, and blended that inside of my bullet for a couple minutes until it became a powder. Next, I added some Parmesan that I found in the fridge. I'm telling you, this stuff cannot be made up. I literally go rummaging through the fridge for most of my ideas, and then I come up with something that I'm like, I would like to make that. Garlic powder was next. It just felt like that was the right thing to do. It's a really good flavor, and you can really never go wrong with it. So once I had all that together, I just knew it was ready to start putting inside of something that was hot. And in this case, it wasn't oil, it was shortening. Funny story, I probably have tried using shortening maybe like twice in my career, and I've always hated it. And I'm glad I had it around because I did not have any vegetable oil, and I would have had to drive to the store to pick this up, and that would have been a terrible thing. So it turned out pretty well. I didn't burn it, and the shape looks funny enough, but it worked out. The next problem I had was solving how to get the seasoning on there. It seems like a simple thing, but my idea of it was just an even coating that just, had every bite covered in that beautiful seasoning that we created. And it just wasn't working out when I was putting it on this way. It looks kind of foolish now, but imagine being hungry and trying to do this at the same time. Sometimes you make some bad decisions, and in this case, I felt like this was one of them. But we're already batting 1,000 because look at it. It's already, really good looking. I didn't taste it yet, but I was confident that it was going to be flavorful. That's the most important thing. So, next idea I had was to put it inside of a crouton bag and shake it up and try it that way. I then tasted it, and I remember that feeling like it was yesterday. It was delicious. Of course, I'm recording this later, but at least you understand that I'm talking about it in hindsight and saying, I know I made mistakes. I know I made it better in the future because I always improve on my recipes. However, in this case, I feel like it turned out really well. And my goal here is not to make a perfect recipe for you to see. It's to make something that I wanted to make that there is no recipe on, and give you the idea so you can make it better and say, you know what, this is something that I saw online and I wanted to try it because it looked delicious. So one thing I would add to this is probably doing the cheese in a slurry, freezing that and putting it on a stick. Then adding it to the combination and then frying it. The batter was delicious. The sausage was delicious. Oh man, thinking about it gets me jealous. Like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.